All right, y'all, let's get ready to enjoy the journey here at Worlds of Fun Village. So, Worlds of Fun is actually made up of a few different things: RV sites, cottages, and cabins. What you're seeing now are actually the cottages. So, for reference, we've got cottage 214, 213, 212, so on and so forth as we go down the line. So those are the cottages that are here at the resort. Now, because this is Worlds of Fun Park, we do have close proximity to the Worlds of Fun amusement center. As we move along, we actually come up to some back-end sites. So it seems that all of the sites here at the park are actually fully paved sites. So, and these particular sites back up directly to the park itself. So where this Sonic is, this is site number 79. Then we have 78, 77, so on and so forth. So this is like the 70-ish row all the way up to the 80s as well. So you can see the sites are nice and spacious. We've got some big Class A's here, in addition to some smaller rigs as well, some small travel trailers and things like that. So this is kind of like your main throughway, if you will, in terms of actually visiting the park. So again, this end site here is actually site number 69 if you're interested in an end site. Now, as we make our way over, again, I said that they have cottages, cabins, and RV sites here at this particular park. Well, we showed you the cottages, we showed you some of the RV sites, and back here are their rustic cabins. So, if you've got friends or family coming with you and maybe they don't have an RV, they can actually enjoy a stay at these cottages. So, the cottage that we're looking at right now is number 267. After that, we have 268, and all of this parking area is actually for the cabins. Sorry. So that's kind of the spread out here of the park. Now, there's a few other things that I want to show you in terms of the actual sites, so we'll take a look at that as well. So you can see there's a decent amount of forestry or wooded area, if you will, out here as well, that kind of keeps this a little bit private and secluded, because you are actually in Kansas City proper. So that's one thing to keep in mind, is that this park really is in the heart, if you will, of the city. And it's been pretty quiet since we've been here for the most part. So one other thing I do want to point out is that they do have this cul-de-sac of sites here in the back of the park. This would not be my preference, because it seems like it could maybe be challenging to get into some of these spots, and they may actually be smaller than the sites that we've seen in some other areas, but that's up to you to choose. But we do want to give you a full lay of the land here. So as we're coming down this road, we're actually getting into some of the pull-through sites. And one of the things that we like about these sites, as opposed to the site where we're staying, which of course you're going to see that, but one of the things that we really like about these sites is that there is a significant amount of privacy. So if you can see here at this rig, they actually have trees right at the picnic tables, which provides a nice fence of privacy when you're just sitting outside, relaxing, enjoying the atmosphere. Now, the site that we have, it seems like they may have just recently planted some of those trees. So in the future, those sites will have some of that same greenery and protection and privacy. But as of right now, they don't have that. So just want to give you kind of like a sneak preview, and we'll stop here a little bit just so you can kind of get a full gist of what that looks like. So up against your picnic table, you actually have the trees that block you from being seen by your neighbor. And again, it's a great vibe in terms of having that overall privacy. And this is a pretty small park. So we were talking about the fact that this is a smaller park than some parks that we've stayed in. So that is one thing to keep in mind. But there are a couple of amenities here, and we'll go ahead and show you some of those as well. So one of the great amenities here at Worlds of Fun is they do have a swimming pool and a hot tub. They've got plenty of seating around this pool. And then in terms of depth, you have everything from 3 feet 3 inches all the way up to 4 feet 6 inches. And as you're at the pool, you have a view of not only the RV park, but some of the Freightliner stuff across the way. So it's not the most scenic here at the pool, but it is an overall nice area to come and relax. And again, plenty of seating out here. And they even have a couple of tables as well. And as we make our way back, you can actually get to the hot tub area. So let's go take a look at that, shall we? All right, the hot tub is closed. I'm not sure if this is a seasonal move or if this is just the move in general, but the hot tub is closed, and it looks like it may not have been open for a while because there's no water out there. But if you were in the hot tub, again, you have a beautiful view of Freightliner. So that is the pool here at Worlds of Fun. And again, this is a small park, so you know, it's a very close walk. And here we are at the laundry room, folks. So this is actually a very nice laundry area. As you can see, we've got a nice folding table here. And if you don't know how to wash, they even tell you how to wash. Ain't that something? So the wash and dry are both $1.75. They do accept coins here in addition to credit cards. So you have the freedom to use either option if you wish. And ultimately, it's just very clean, very nice, temperature controlled. And then they do have a note here on the back that just says the washers run for approximately 30 minutes and the dryers run for approximately 40 minutes. And here we are at the store at Worlds of Fun. So they've got a good little selection of snacks, nothing too terribly major. Of course, we got some souvenirs and things like that, but a lot of things to choose from. All right, y'all. Well, here is our site number 60 here at Worlds of Fun Village RV Park. You can see, as y'all already probably know, we've got a F350 dually and a 36-foot North Point fifth wheel, and we got plenty of space out in the front and back of this RV, okay? So as we make our way down, you can see we got plenty of green space here. We do have a barbecue grill with the site, so that's really nice if you want to just come and grill out. We also have a nice picnic table, and this is a fully paved site. So it is a little bit more of a narrow site, not as narrow as some we've stayed in, but it is a little bit more narrow. The picnic table, of course, is pretty spacious. We've had space to let out our main awning. We actually don't have any space really to let out our other awning because of the trees here. Speaking of trees, as I told you before, the other sites have a nice privacy blocker, if you will, of trees in between the sites at the picnic table. Our site does not have that. So that is one thing to keep in mind if you're staying on this side, which is the like 60, 70-ish row, roughly. As we make our way around, you can see that the power, water, and sewer are all kind of more so in the rear of the site. This required us to run a little bit more sewer hose, but in terms of power, we're pretty solid. 50 amp, 30 amp, we got some 110 plugs in there as well. No issues with power. Water pressure is fantastic here. I think we're getting like 80 PSI. And then of course the sewer has a nice gravity slope here that allows us to drain out very easily. So overall, we are very pleased with the utility setup on this particular site. So with that in mind, that's the end of the review. So if you like this, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and then Until we see each other on the road, make sure you enjoy staying in the RV.